You've probably heard that turmeric and milk are a powerful healing duo, especially for joint pain and inflammation. But what if I told you that combining the two could sometimes do more harm than good? Many older adults rely on this golden drink daily, yet few know the truth behind how turmeric interacts with milk, especially as we age. In this video, we're uncovering the hidden science behind this common combo and whether it's helping or hurting your body after 60. Part 1. A golden remedy passed down generations. It's hard to walk through any modern health store or wellness aisle without seeing turmeric front and center. Capsules, powders, teas, even drinks labeled golden milk, all promising better joints, sharper minds, and reduced inflammation. But turmeric's rise in popularity among the elderly isn't just hype. It's deeply rooted in centuries of traditional healing, especially in Eastern medicine, where it's been trusted for everything from digestive relief to arthritis support. For many older adults, turmeric feels like a return to something natural, something their bodies can handle without the harsh side effects of prescription medications. They add it to warm milk before bed, blend it into smoothies, or even take it in supplement form. The belief is simple: if something has lasted hundreds of years, it must work. But what most people don't realize is that how you take turmeric is just as important as taking it at all. And that's where things get complicated, especially when it comes to mixing turmeric with milk. Part 2. Why turmeric appeals to adults over 60. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, the real hero behind turmeric's reputation. Curcumin has been shown in scientific studies to reduce chronic inflammation, support brain health, and protect aging joints from further degeneration. For someone over 60, these benefits aren't just appealing, they're essential. As we age, inflammation becomes more persistent. You may notice your knees aching longer after a walk, or stiffness that lingers in your back each morning. Curcumin addresses this at the root level. It doesn't just mask the pain like a painkiller, it works within the body to lower markers of inflammation, slow oxidative stress, and protect against diseases like Alzheimer's and arthritis. No wonder it's become a daily staple for many. But here's where things take a turn. Turmeric's effectiveness depends on several key factors: dosage, timing, and, most importantly, what it's taken with. And while milk seems like a safe, soothing companion, it may be doing more harm than good when paired with this golden spice. Part 3. The truth behind golden milk. Golden milk sounds wholesome and healing, and in many cases, it can be. It combines turmeric with warm milk, often spiced with cinnamon or ginger, sometimes sweetened with honey. It's a nighttime ritual in many households, believed to calm the body and reduce joint pain overnight. But despite its comfort, modern science is beginning to question whether this mix delivers the benefits people expect. The reason? Curcumin is notoriously hard for the body to absorb. It needs the help of fats and certain enhancers like black pepper, which contains piperine, to properly enter the bloodstream. While milk contains fat, it also contains a specific type of protein, casein, which may actually bind to curcumin and limit its absorption. In simple terms, your body may be digesting the milk before the turmeric can do its job. Worse, depending on the type of milk you're using, especially processed dairy, it might be introducing hormones or inflammatory compounds that counteract turmeric's benefits. That's the silent irony: in trying to fight inflammation, you may be unknowingly feeding it. Part 4. The problem with milk after 60. For most of our lives, we've been told that milk is a healthy staple, great for bones, loaded with calcium, and essential for strength. But as we age, our relationship with dairy often changes. By the time we reach our 60s and beyond, our ability to digest lactose, the sugar found in milk, drops significantly. This means more bloating, gas, and inflammation for many older adults, even if they never had a problem with milk in their younger years. But digestion isn't the only concern. Many commercial milk products, especially in the West, are heavily processed and may contain added hormones, preservatives, and antibiotics. These can interfere with your gut microbiome and immune function, both of which are already more fragile with age. And that directly impacts how nutrients like turmeric are absorbed and used by your body. When an older adult mixes turmeric with milk every day, hoping for pain relief or better brain health, they may be creating an internal environment where those benefits are blocked. The body is left fighting off dairy-related inflammation instead of repairing joints and calming nerves. What feels like a healing ritual could be holding you back from the results you're seeking. Part 5. What happens when curcumin meets casein? Let's get into the science for a moment. Curcumin, the compound that gives turmeric its healing power, is fat-soluble. This means it needs fat to be properly absorbed in the digestive tract. Milk contains fat, so in theory, it should help. But here's the catch: milk also contains a protein called casein, which may bind to curcumin and reduce its bioavailability. Researchers have been studying how casein interacts with certain polyphenol, the powerful plant compounds found in foods like turmeric and green tea. What they've found is that casein can actually form complexes with curcumin, making it harder for the body to absorb. The result? Even if you're taking high-quality turmeric, your body may only be getting a small fraction of its benefits when it's mixed with dairy. This is especially problematic for older adults, who often need higher nutrient absorption to counteract age-related decline. You may think you're doing everything right, drinking golden milk each night, when in reality, you're only absorbing a fraction of what you need to see real change. It's not about taking more turmeric, it's about taking it the right way. Part 6. The inflammation tug-of-war. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. Dairy, for many older adults, can be inflammatory, especially if it's from cows treated with hormones or fed a grain-heavy diet. So when you combine the two, you're creating an internal tug-of-war. One compound is trying to calm inflammation, the other might be fueling it. You might notice the signs in small ways: joint stiffness that won't go away, swelling in your legs after a walk, or mental fog that lingers even after a full night's sleep. These aren't just signs of aging, they're messages from your body that something isn't working as it should. And if your nightly cup of golden milk is part of your routine, it could be worth taking a second look at what's really in your cup. The good news is this: turmeric's benefits are still very real, but only when paired with the right ingredients. And that's what we'll cover next: how to unlock turmeric's full potential without sabotaging your results. Part 7. Black pepper, the game changer in absorption. If there's one ingredient that can supercharge turmeric's benefits, it's black pepper. Sounds simple, right? But the science is remarkable. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and it's been shown to increase the absorption of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 2,000%. Without black pepper, your body struggles to absorb curcumin efficiently. It passes through your digestive system mostly unused. But add just a pinch of pepper, and suddenly the gates open. Piperine slows down the liver's metabolism of curcumin, allowing more of it to enter your bloodstream and reach the tissues where it's needed most, like your knees, hips, brain, and gut. Many older adults start taking turmeric supplements or powders, hoping for relief from joint pain or better memory, but they see little change. And often, it's not the turmeric that's the problem, it's how it's being taken. So if you're using turmeric in your cooking or drinks, make sure black pepper is always part of the mix. It may be the small change that leads to a big breakthrough. Part 8. Healthy fats that amplify curcumin. Curcumin is fat-soluble, which means it dissolves in fat and becomes easier for your body to absorb when paired with healthy oils. But not just any fat will do, especially not for older adults. You need fats that fight inflammation, not feed it. Some of the best choices include extra virgin olive oil, rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Coconut oil, especially useful if you're using turmeric in warm drinks. Avocado oil, great for cooking or blending into smoothies. Ghee, a clarified butter that's easier to digest for many older adults. When turmeric is consumed with these types of fats, curcumin gets absorbed more efficiently and transported to where it's needed. This is particularly important for those dealing with chronic pain, brain fog, or poor circulation, all of which can be helped by curcumin when it actually gets into the bloodstream. So whether you're cooking with turmeric or drinking it in a tea, be sure to pair it with a spoonful of healthy oil. It's one of the easiest ways to unlock the full anti-inflammatory potential of this golden spice. Part 9, Timing and Consistency, What the Research Says. Even the best turmeric mix won't help if it's not taken regularly. One of the biggest mistakes people over 60 make is inconsistency. They take turmeric for a few days, skip it for a week, then wonder why nothing is changing. But curcumin doesn't work like a pain pill. It's not about instant relief. It works gradually, reducing inflammation over time and helping the body restore balance. Studies have shown that daily use of turmeric for 6 to 12 weeks can lead to significant improvements in joint mobility, digestive function, and even cognitive clarity. But the key word here is daily. Your body needs that steady stream of curcumin to calm long-term inflammation and rebuild tissue. As for timing, many experts recommend taking turmeric with meals, particularly with foods that contain fat and black pepper. Breakfast or dinner is ideal, as the digestive system is more active and capable of absorbing nutrients efficiently. So if you've been dabbling with turmeric without results, this might be your answer. Consistency, paired with the right combinations, is what turns turmeric from a kitchen spice into a powerful wellness tool for aging adults. Part 10, Martha's Journey, From Chronic Knee Pain to Morning Walks. Martha was 74 when she realized something had to change. She had stopped walking to her garden because her knees throbbed with every step. The simple joy of morning sunshine and fresh air had been replaced by stiffness and fear of falling. Her doctor had prescribed anti-inflammatories, but the side effects left her groggy and tired. One day, her granddaughter suggested trying turmeric, but with a twist, not in milk, but with black pepper and coconut oil. Skeptical but desperate, Martha gave it a try. Each morning, she took a teaspoon of turmeric mixed with a small amount of warm water, a pinch of black pepper, and a half teaspoon of coconut oil. Within 3 weeks, the sharp pain in her knees began to fade. By the second month, she was walking again. Slowly at first, from her front door to the mailbox. Then around the block. By month 3, she was back in her garden. What changed wasn't just the turmeric. It was how she took it. Her body could finally absorb the curcumin it needed to repair and reduce inflammation. Martha didn't just regain mobility, she reclaimed her independence. Part 11, Daniel's Discovery, Better Focus After Years of Fog. Daniel, 68, had always been sharp. A crossword whiz, he prided himself on never missing a name or forgetting a birthday. But by his late 60s, something shifted. He struggled to recall simple words. He found himself walking into rooms and forgetting why he was there. His doctor called it normal aging, but Daniel wasn't convinced. He began researching natural brain boosters and stumbled upon a clinical trial showing turmeric's impact on cognitive function. The catch? The participants weren't just taking turmeric capsules. They were consuming it with piperine, black pepper, and eating a diet high in anti-inflammatory foods. Daniel adjusted his daily routine. He added turmeric with black pepper to his eggs in the morning, sipped turmeric tea with ghee in the evening, and cut down on processed foods. The results didn't come overnight. But after 6 weeks, he noticed clarity returning. He could follow long conversations again. He was remembering appointments without reminders. His confidence came back. For Daniel, the fix wasn't in a bottle, it was in his kitchen. The right form of turmeric, paired properly, helped him rebuild not just memory, but momentum. Part 12, The Ripple Effect, When Inflammation Begins to Reverse. When older adults make even small changes in how they take turmeric, the ripple effect can be wide-reaching. Reduced inflammation doesn't just mean less joint pain, it means better sleep, improved digestion, enhanced circulation, and more mental energy. Everything in the body is connected. One woman reported that after adjusting her turmeric routine, removing milk and adding olive oil and pepper, not only did her arthritis calm down, but she stopped needing afternoon naps. A man in his 80s said his nighttime leg cramps disappeared. Another shared that his frequent heartburn vanished within weeks. These stories aren't miracles, they're biology. Turmeric works. But only when it's absorbed correctly. After 60, the body becomes more selective, more sensitive, and more in need of precision. Taking turmeric without attention to its companions, milk, pepper, fat, is like planting seeds without water. The intention is there, but the results won't bloom. Part 13. Start small, but stay consistent. When beginning any new health practice, especially after 60, it's tempting to go all in. A heaping tablespoon of turmeric here, 3 different supplements there, but more doesn't always mean better. In fact, when it comes to turmeric, starting small and staying consistent is the key to real transformation. A daily dose of 500 to 1,000 milligrams of curcumin is often sufficient to experience anti-inflammatory benefits. That's roughly equivalent to 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric powder per day. Begin with a low dose and see how your body responds. Turmeric can affect digestion and blood pressure, so it's wise to observe your body's reactions over the first few weeks. Choose a time of day you won't forget. Many people over 60 find that taking turmeric with breakfast or dinner is easiest. Pair it with a healthy fat, like olive oil, ghee, or avocado, and a pinch of black pepper. Consistency is far more powerful than a high dose that you take occasionally. Think of turmeric like sunlight for your body. It needs steady exposure to make lasting change. Part 14. Avoid these common mistakes. Even with good intentions, many older adults unknowingly sabotage their turmeric efforts. One of the most common mistakes? Taking turmeric with processed dairy, especially if it's ultra-pasteurized or hormone-rich. This type of milk may contain pro-inflammatory compounds that work against turmeric's benefits. Another mistake is ignoring bioavailability, which refers to how well your body can actually absorb and use curcumin. Without pairing turmeric with fat and black pepper, your body might absorb less than 5% of it. That's not just a missed opportunity, it's wasted effort. Then there's the issue of timing. Some people take turmeric right before bed with a heavy meal or dessert, which can impair digestion and reduce absorption. Others take it in water alone, hoping for a miracle. But curcumin needs support, fat, pepper, and your body's active digestive state to truly shine. Lastly, not checking interactions with medications can be risky. Turmeric can thin the blood and lower blood sugar, which might interfere with medications for diabetes or blood pressure. Always speak with a healthcare provider before starting a regular turmeric routine, especially if you're on multiple prescriptions. Part 15. A sample daily routine for maximum impact. Let's put it all together with a simple, science-backed routine tailored for someone 60 or older. Morning. Start your day with a turmeric tonic, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of coconut oil, and a pinch of black pepper stirred into warm water or herbal tea. Sip slowly before breakfast. Lunch or dinner. Include turmeric in your cooking, sprinkled over roasted vegetables, stirred into soup, or added to lentils. Make sure the meal includes a healthy fat and, if possible, some black pepper. Evening wind down. Skip the milk. Instead, opt for a turmeric tea made with almond or oat milk, black pepper, cinnamon, and a bit of ghee. This provides healthy fat without casein, supporting better curcumin absorption. Weekly review. Track how your joints feel, how clearly you're thinking, and whether you're sleeping better. Real results come not from intensity, but from gentle, consistent progress. This kind of routine isn't demanding, and it doesn't require expensive supplements. Just thoughtful pairing, a bit of mindfulness, and a little patience. With time, turmeric's benefits become cumulative, like slow drops filling a well. It may take weeks to notice change, but when it arrives, it's often deep, lasting, and surprisingly powerful. Part 16. When turmeric isn't enough, what to watch for. Turmeric is powerful, but it's not a cure-all. And one mistake many people over 60 make is assuming that if one natural remedy doesn't fix everything, it must not work. In truth, turmeric works best as part of a system, not in isolation. If you've been taking turmeric correctly, with healthy fat, black pepper, and consistency, for 8 to 12 weeks and still feel little to no change, it may be time to investigate other factors. Are your stress levels elevated? Is your sleep poor? Are you consuming foods that quietly fuel inflammation, like refined sugar, white bread, processed meats, or alcohol? These elements often act like firewood, keeping inflammation burning beneath the surface. Turmeric might be dousing the flames, but if you're still adding wood, it can't fully do its job. Consider pairing turmeric with broader lifestyle adjustments, more whole foods, daily movement, better hydration, and even emotional support. Also, take note of any signs that may require medical guidance: unexplained swelling, sharp pain, extreme fatigue, or brain fog that worsens. Turmeric is supportive, but it doesn't replace expert care. Used wisely, however, it can complement your healing journey and potentially reduce your dependence on medications over time. Part 17: Insights from Experts in Aging and Nutrition. Functional medicine doctors and holistic health researchers agree on one key point: inflammation is at the heart of nearly every chronic condition linked to aging. From arthritis to Alzheimer's, heart disease to diabetes, inflammation is the thread that connects them. And turmeric, when taken properly, is one of the most potent natural tools we have against it. According to a 2021 meta-analysis published in Phytotherapy Research, curcumin was shown to significantly reduce markers of inflammation like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 across a wide range of participants, including those over 60. Another study in the Journal of Medicinal Food concluded that curcumin supplementation improved joint stiffness, mobility, and comfort in osteoarthritis patients within just 8 weeks. Dr. Andrew Weil, a pioneer in integrative medicine, recommends turmeric as a foundational spice for people over 50 and emphasizes the importance of taking it with piperine for proper absorption. Similarly, Ayurvedic practitioners have used turmeric for centuries to strengthen digestion, purify the blood, and ease age-related discomforts. These insights are not based on hype, they're grounded in science, history, and the lived experiences of real people just like you. Part 18: Your New Morning Ritual, a gentle, lasting reset. So where do you go from here? You start small, and you stay steady. Each morning, before the world takes over, you take a moment for yourself. A warm mug. A golden mix of turmeric, a pinch of pepper, a swirl of ghee or coconut oil. Not as a quick fix, but as a signal. A signal to your body that healing is now your priority. This simple act becomes your daily anchor. Over time, you may notice that your knees don't ache as they once did. You may get up from your chair with ease. You may sleep more soundly, think more clearly, or breathe more freely. These aren't miracles, they're the slow rewards of giving your body what it needs, gently and consistently. Let this be your new ritual. One that doesn't require drastic diets or expensive pills. Just wisdom, patience, and nature's most humble gift, a golden root that, when honored properly, can offer extraordinary change.